Hey YouTube, it's your next video, and this isn't the best, but the mic quality on my computer is kind of bad. But I'm gonna do a review of Chikara, You Only Live Twice, in Easton, Pennsylvania, from May 5th, 2014. You'll see in the video a still picture of like the thumbnail, or I don't even know what to explain it, but just some of the wrestlers and the date. This was my first Chikara wrestling show. I've never seen any Chikara shows before, but yeah, I'm gonna be doing a review. I don't know if I said it, but You Only Live Twice. That's the name. I don't know if all the names are kind of funny like that, but I did write a couple pages, like not like full-on pages, but just like pages. I don't need to explain that. But this was the return one, I think, since June. I'm not for sure. I'm not too familiar with Chikara. And there's 1,500 in attendance at the Palmer Center. And we'll start it out with the first match. Bruderschaft des Kreuzes. I don't know, it's like some foreign, like, Russian team or something. Aries, Noken, and Tursas with Milo Schnetzler versus the Spectral Envoy, Frightmare, Hallow Wicked, and Ultra Black Mantis. And, I don't know why I like this match over a lot of the other ones, but I really enjoyed this match. And, I really had fun watching it. And this match ended up going about 7 minutes. It was one of the trios matches, and it, like, the end, I don't know the names, but it was these two big guys with like these like weird helmet mask things. And when I'm not too familiar with it, but a lot of the characters seem gimmicky, and they're all gimmick based. A lot of them are, and a lot of them have masks. And like, the two big guys are holding this dude in the air, and then the other guy on their team ran into his legs and flipped him from the back, so his legs went flying, and he did like a big flip like 10 feet in the air. It was crazy. But I was rooting for the smaller guys, but they ended up losing. And see my paper. I give that a 4 out of 5. And I really liked it. But it was kind of weird seeing all the weird costumes and stuff, but it was entertaining and lots of action throughout the match. And then there was, I forgot to say at the beginning, there was a welcome back chance, and then they did like a wave, and the crowd is pretty cool. And the announcers are very interactive with the crowd, like they said some of the stuff. And then next was Chuck Taylor versus the debut of Ashley Remington. And Ashley Remington ended up picking up the win with this weird submission move. Like, not really weird, but it was like some kind of leg submission move. And I liked the match. Not the biggest fan of Chuck Taylor, but I am familiar with him. And give it a 3.75. I really liked it. It was a good back and forth match. And yeah, Ashley Remington kind of looked like a boat guy, like he was like some kind of dude that has a boat or whatever. And then the owner comes out, the new owner, Rodney Ellis, and then they showed the new director of fun, Mike Quackenbush. And I heard of him from Colt Cabana's podcast. And then next they had Sin Bodhi came out with the Auditorium versus the Bateri or something like that in another trios match. And Sin Bodhi and them are kind of like clowns, but the Bateri, or I forgot to say the Ashley Remington and Chuck Taylor went about 8 minutes. Bateri, Cobalt, Kodama, and Oberion versus Oliver Grimsley, Quifa the Quiet or something, Quifka and Sinbodi, and they lost by disqualification because Sinbodi hit some guy in the nuts or whatever. And yeah, and that wasn't as good as the other matches. I give that 3.25. And the next match was Juan Francisco de Coronado versus Jervis Cottonbelly in the singles match. And it was Juan Francisco de Coronado's debut, and he was the winner after Juan turned Jervis Cottonbelly's mask sideways and then did a German suplex. That was kind of a dirty win because the masks are a big thing in Chikara, and if you take it off, you get disqualified. And about 5 minutes, and I'm gonna give that a 3 out of 5. I didn't really like that match, and Jervis had like cotton on the belly of his singlet. It was like I don't know. Like, these are really weird characters, and like they like doing this weird dance and giving out flowers at the beginning. And then next was a 4 corners match. Throwbacks Dasher Hatfield and Mark Angelosetti versus 3.0 Scott Parker and Shane Matthews versus Guy Kiddo 17 and Deviant versus the Pieces of Hate, Jigsaw and the Shard. And I heard of Jigsaw. He was at like a TNA match or something before. But first eliminated was 3.0, and it was kind of like a double team by the Pieces of Hate and Guy Kiddo or whatever, 17 and Deviant. They kind of all teamed up on them, and then it was kind of like Throwbacks versus the other guys because it was like 2 teams of faces and 2 teams of heel. But they call them like the Rudos and the Technicos or something. Like the Rudos are the bad guys and the Technicos are the good guys. And yeah, and then after that, 17 and Deviant got eliminated by the Throwbacks, and then Pieces of Hate ended up getting eliminated by a suplex. After, I don't know which one it was, but one of the guys held a suplex for like 30 seconds on the top rope, and it was crazy. And like he held him and then he slammed him. The crowd was counting, and yeah, that was pretty cool. I'm gonna give that a 4.5 out of 5. It was good, really good. Non-stop action. It was about 20 minutes. And then next we had Jimmy Jacobs. No. They showed what happened recently, how the Kedor conglomerate like messed up the set, and they had it was like a big long storyline. I don't even know how to explain it. And they had a match in a park, and then the Condor security took a wrestler named Tom. It's really hard to explain. I don't really know how to explain it, but I'm just trying to explain it how I saw it and how they showed it. And yeah, and then that was end of the first half. Then we had Jimmy Jacobs versus Archibald Peck, and Jimmy Jacobs came out with these like dudes in suits, and they all had these weird masks. It's the guys on the very right, and yeah, I forgot to show who the characters were, but yeah, and then I'm familiar with Archibald Peck, R.D. Evans, and Jimmy Jacobs, ROH stars. 7 minutes, and Jimmy Jacobs ended up winning because Archibald tried to get him, one of these guys that tried to push him off in the corner, so he saw it coming, so he stopped, got down, and then Jimmy Jacobs ran into the corner, and then when he was on the other side, the other dude hit him with like a shoe or something, and then Jimmy Jacobs pinned him. And I liked the match. It was good stuff, but 3.75. And then just a second, because I need to add more time on these pictures, so I'll be back in a second. Okay, I'm back, and I added more onto the video. So now it is the Colony Extreme Force versus the Colony, and it's like all the ant guys. There's a lot of like these characters with the ants or whatever. But And crap, where's this? I'm trying to pull up the thing with the names. Oh, there it is. Arctic Rescue Ant. This is the Extreme Force colony. Missile Assault Ant and Orbit Adventure Ant with Combat Ant versus the colony with Fire Ant, Green Ant, and Worker Ant. And I think I'd heard of Green Ant before. And it was about 15 minutes. Another trios match. They had like 3 of those. And yeah, Extreme Force won after one of the dudes took the turnbuckle off and picked up one of the other guys. I don't really know their names, so it's kind of hard to explain. And he slammed him on the uncovered turnbuckle and hit the dude's head on it, and then pinned him, and then put it back on. Just kind of set it on there. And these guys kind of look like Power Rangers. They're all a bunch of different colors, and I don't know. Some of these guys look like comic book guys, and some of them look like Power Rangers, and some of them I don't even know how to explain. But I like that match. Good match. 4 out of 5. And then the last match was the Chikara Grand Championship match. Eddie Kingston versus Icarus. And all the wrestlers ended up coming out down to the ring. And Eddie Kingston had been champ for about 2.5 years. But the company had been out for about a year, though, I think. I'm not for sure. It's either like 9 months or a year or something like that. And it went about 17 minutes. And Icarus ended up winning after he did a Blu-ray connector, was what they said, as like a kind of like an FU into like the middle turnbuckle. And then Chikara special, and I guess it's this move where you like pull with their arms and legs. And he made Eddie Kingston pass out or whatever. So Icarus is the new Chikara Grand champion or whatever. And I don't know if all Chikara shows are like this, as good, or if they're better or badder. But this was a good first show for me, I believe. Good first impressions, and I think I liked it. The characters kind of threw me off. It's kind of a lot of characters, but that is what Chikara is. So, and all the matches were entertaining. There was not matches that weren't as good as the other ones, but there were no matches that weren't bad, or that were bad. So there was good stuff in every match, but I just like some better than the other. And just action all around, and overall I'm gonna give the show I'd say an 8.75. And yeah, that's my review of Chikara. You Only Live Twice. And that's about it. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe. Bye.